Hello, welcome to Nebo TV today. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. It's your girl again, Onome Agbaje. Are you just joining for the first time? Then you're welcome to this amazing family. Kindly smash the subscription button, turn on the notification bell, like and share this video with your loved ones. So today, here's a question for us. Where were you in 1987? What an interesting question, I must say. Just as interesting as this question is today's history revelation, an untold story of Nigerian history. Did you know that in 1987, Professor Yemi Osibanjo was a special assistant to the Attorney General of the Federation? That was the year Oba Yesufu Oloyede Asanike Olubadan of Ibadan made history. Olubadan installed Moshood Kashimawo Olawole Abiola as the Basharun of Ibadan. It was a prestigious title befitting of a distinguished personality in the mold of MKO Abiola. That was the title of the legendary Basharun Oluyole, who was the paramount chief of Ibadan in 1850. It was also the title of Basharun Ogunmola, who reigned between 1865 and 1867. It was therefore historic that exactly 120 years after the death of Ogunmola, MKO Abiola became the fourth person to be conferred with the prestigious title. It was indeed a befitting honor for someone who had amassed chieftaincy titles from almost every town in Nigeria. As of the time of his installation in 1987, MKO Abiola was reputed to have over 150 chieftaincy titles. He was the Babajiru of Oderemo. He was the Badamusulumi of Bagura Egba. As MKO Abiola drove away from the palace of Oba Asanike with his son beside him, he likely felt a sense of accomplishment, believing he had reached the pinnacle of traditional chieftaincy in Nigeria. However, as he settled into his home in Ikeja, a phone call interrupted his reverie. Curious about the caller, he eagerly picked up the phone, only to find himself speaking with none other than Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi III. MKO's heart raced with anticipation, assuming the call was to congratulate him on his recent honor. Yet, to his surprise, the Alaafin had a different message. MKO was to be conferred with the prestigious title of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. The gravity of the announcement nearly caused the phone to slip from his grips, leaving MKO in awe of the unexpected honor. The Generalissimo of Yoruba race, the Field Marshal of all descendants of Oduduwa, the portfolio held by Afonja, the founder of Ilorin, the title of Ààrẹ Obadoka Latosa of Ibadan, the scourge of Efunseta and Niwura, the position held by the last prime of Western region, Ladoke Akintola of Ogbomosho. For a single person to be Basharun and Ààrẹ was unheard of. It was the ultimate. According to tradition, Basharun is the prime minister, Ààrẹ is the field marshal. Indeed a prestigious title. History tells us that when Basharunga moved against Alaafin Abiodun around 1770, it was Oyalabi from Ajase, now Republic of Benin, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, that came to the powerful monarch's rescue. Now, Abiola was going to be both the prime minister and the field marshal. Alaafin had spoken. MKO Abiola had no choice. If it were to be a national honor, it would be the equivalent of the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. Everybody in and outside Yoruba land was ecstatic at the choice of Abiola as the 14th Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. However, it happened that Ashipa of Oyo, Chief Amunda Olorunsebi, was not pleased with the choice of Basharun MKO Abiola as the Ààrẹ. Ashipa, a prominent chief of Alaafin, objected to the choice of the flamboyant publisher and Egbaman as Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. He got so angry that he went to Kabiyesi to protest. But Ikubaba Yeye was adamant that MKO was eminently qualified to be the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. As MKO and the Alaafin were preparing for the installation of Basharun, Chief Amuda was consulting with his lawyers without the knowledge of the Alaafin. It was also assumed that the Ashipa had been convinced to support Abiola's candidacy. Abiola transcended ordinary standards. He was a figure larger than life, epitomizing flamboyance in every aspect with unwavering determination. He aimed to elevate his chieftaincy installation to unparalleled grandeur. Invitations were dispatched to his extensive network worldwide, including all military governance and even a personalized invite to President Ibrahim Babangida, a close confidant. Heads of African states reshuffled their agendas to pay homage to MKO, while Nigerian embassies worked tirelessly, issuing visas round the clock. Anticipation swelled as the event promised to be nothing short of spectacular. However, just when everything seemed set for the grand occasion, fate intervened with the unthinkable. Just a day to the installation, Ikubaba Yeye was in his palace when he heard from the grapevine that a case had been filed to stop the occasion. Kabiyesi went on to invoke the names of his predecessors on the royal throne of Alaafin. Around noon, the phone reverberated around the corridors of Ibadan, heralding a call from the palace of Oba Alaafin. Notably, Chief Afe Babalola, the esteemed legal practitioner, answered the summons. Following the customary exchange of pleasantries and royal blessings, the Alaafin conveyed urgent news to Afiwa Joye of Ado-Ekiti. The Ashipa had initiated legal proceedings against the impending installation of MKO Abiola. What's more, a motion experte for an interim injunction had been swiftly filed. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Chief Afe wasted no time. In less than 30 minutes, he traversed the 57 kilometers distance between Oyo and Ibadan with the speed of a chariot. Arriving at the courthouse, Chief Afe encountered the familiar court registrar, a testament to his legendary stature in legal cycles. He immediately paid the requisite fee and promptly conducted a thorough search of the court's file. It was true what the Alaafin said. According to the suit filed, the motion experte was to be heard the following day, Wednesday, so time was of essence. Chief Afe swiftly redirected his car towards Emmanuel Chamber in Ibadan. Even before reaching Fiditi, he had mentally orchestrated the intricate legal process required for the impending battle. Nodding in affirmation, he effortlessly summoned relevant cases and authorities to his mind. Upon arriving at his office, the mental blueprint was crystallized into a comprehensive counter-affidavit within minutes, obviating the need for a written address. Meanwhile, Professor Yemi Osibanjo was immersed in his duties as a special assistant to the Attorney General of the Federation, unaware of the legal drama unfolding. As Wednesday dawned, the courtroom brimmed with anticipation. Chief M.L. Lagunji, representing Ashipa, exuded confidence as he prepared to present his unopposed motion experte. However, his composure wavered as a sudden commotion at the court's entrance caught his attention. To his astonishment, Chief Afe Babalola, the Afiwajoye of Ado-Ekiti, the Balogun of Mobaland, and the Mayigun of Madekeke strode in with an entourage of lawyers armed with a wealth of legal authorities. On the dot 9 o'clock, the court began sitting. The trial judge was royalty himself, Justice Aderemi's father, who was the late Ooni of Ife, Obasa Tadenikawo Adesoji Aderemi, the first governor of Western Region. While the lawyers checked and rechecked the authorities, the litigants were in anxious mood. Chief MKO Abiola's invited guests had started arriving from their various bays. Musicians engaged for entertainment had begun to set off their instruments in Oyo and Ikeja. Caterers had booked all cows in Ilorin, Oyo and Ibadan. Local drummers had cancelled all engagement. The royal poet, Larenwaju Adepoju, had finished composing his masterpiece. All roads led to Oyo Alaafin. If the court was filled to the brim on Wednesday, it was spillover on Thursday. Litigants, journalists, lawyers, in fact, everybody was in court that day. Chief Lagunji argued his application expertly. Then Balogun of Mobaland stood up. Like a surgeon, Chief Afe surgically cut through the issues deftly. After cutting through the issues, the authorities followed. From Halsbury's Law of England to Commonwealth Law Report, from decisions of House of Lords to decisions of Court of Appeal, from Marker to White Book, and then finally to the Supreme Court. However, the court was adjourning till Friday. On Friday, clients, friends, and well-wishers who witnessed or heard of the tension-soaked session in court on Thursday were justifiably apprehensive. Chief Afe had hardly left Ibadan when he started seeing policemen at strategic junctions on the road to Oyo. In the forest, on top of trees, in bushes, and on top of buildings, the police were everywhere. The courtroom itself was no exception. More than 50 police officers joined lawyers and litigants to the court. Justice Aderemi went straight to the business of the day. Time stood still as his lordship went on to review the facts of the application and authorities cited by the counsel of the parties. And in the final analysis, this application fails and is hereby dismissed. As if by telepathy, the crowd outside heard the ruling immediately. Shouts of joy erupted. Drummers who must have been hiding their gangan drums under their agbada sprang out. Shekere came out. Agogo was not left behind. Chief Afe Babalola was put out of his car. The Balogun was placed squarely on the roof of the car. Women danced, men jumped. Alafin was waiting in the palace with his council members. For a moment, the Sango of our time, Iku Baba Yeye, was close to tears. It was an emotional moment. MKO Abiola was called. On Saturday, January 14th, 1988, Oba Lamidi Olayinwola Adeyemi III installed Basharu Mashood Kashimawo Abiola as the 14th Are Ona Kankafo. The famous Yoruba poet Larenwaju Moshood Adepoju was then called to the podium. In his deep and flawless Yoruba, Adepoju movingly rendered traditional poetry tracing the history of the title and qualities of the new Areona Kankafo. In recognition of his service to the crown and to the law, Alafin later conferred Chief Afe Babalola with the prestigious title of Are Bamofin of Oyo Empire. What an interesting story, untold to the public. Wow, we never knew this aspect of MKO Abiola. I believe today we know. Indeed, Nigeria has lots of history that needs to be told to the public. This one is one for the book. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel today. Don't forget to smash the subscription button, like and share this video with your loved ones. Till next time, stay inspired.